Guys, welcome back to the chemistry class. So, in our previous session, we studied about the reaction of the metal with oxygen or the reaction of the metal in air. Now, we are going to study the reaction of metal with water. Okay, so what is the reaction of how is the reaction of metal with water? Actually, metals are reacting with water to produce what? Metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, metals are reacting with water to produce metal oxide and hydrogen gas, and the metal oxide further reacting with water to produce metal hydroxide. And you know this already because in our previous session we studied that the metal oxide of sodium and potassium vigorously react with water and produces sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, alkalis. You studied this idea in your previous topic already. So come again here. What is our present topic is actually metals reaction with water. So metal reacting with water to produce metal oxide and hydrogen gas, and that metal oxide further reacting with water to produce metallic hydroxide. Okay, or metal hydroxide. Examples are provided here, and this reaction is actually highly exothermic. Violent reaction and exothermic means heat is evolved outside. Okay, when the reaction is taking place at that time, heat is evolving outside. Okay, that such kind of reaction is known as exothermic reaction. You can read this passage as the reaction is so violent and exothermic. Exo means outside, thermic means temperature coming outside. Okay, and due to that means due to the temperature, heat is evolved outside, the produced hydrogen gas immediately catch fire. Okay, means when potassium or when any metal reacting with water, it produces metallic hydroxide plus hydrogen gas, and in this reaction they are evolving heat energy, and due to that hot temperature, hydrogen catches fire. Okay, the produced hydrogen catches what? Fire. Okay, now you can visualize here potassium plus water molecule gives potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen plus heat energy. This means what? This is an exothermic reaction. Okay, but in some cases, not some cases, for some metals there is a variation on the reactivity with water. Variation means change in reactivity. Sodium potassium reacts vigorously, but calcium with water is less violent. Calcium is a metal, reaction with water is less violent, and the heat evolved is not sufficient for the hydrogen catch to fire. Okay, not sufficient to catch fire. Okay, so I think you may be clear. Sodium potassium highly reacting with water, calcium is less violent, the heat is evolved, but that is not much more to catch fire on hydrogen. Okay, so the reaction is also here now. So this calcium is what starts flowing because the bubbles of the hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of the metal. Okay, hydrogen gas is evolving, but it is not getting fire. So that means the calcium is sticking on the hydrogen gas bubbles, and that is starting to float. Okay, now magnesium does not react with cold water. So you studied about the reaction of metals with water, and the sodium potassium highly reacting, calcium less reactive, magnesium not reacting with cold water. It reacts with hot water only to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen ion. It also starts floating due to the bubbles of hydrogen gas sticking to the surface. Okay, now metal like aluminum, iron, zinc do not react either with cold water or with hot water, but they react with steam. Okay, metals such as lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water at all. So I think you may be clear. We studied about some metals here. Sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, then yes, aluminum, zinc, iron. Okay, lead, copper, silver. I think you maybe remember the different reactivities of these metals with water. Sodium, potassium, highly reactive. Calcium, less reactive with water. Magnesium, not reacting with cold water, only with hot water. Then aluminum, iron, zinc, not reacting with cold or hot water, but only reacting with the steam. Lead, copper, silver, gold, not reacting with water at all. Okay, so study well, make notes. Have a nice day. Bye bye. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Be frankly. Okay.